Hello, everyone. It's Russell Smith here, CEO and co-founder of TwoShape. And for this video, we are going to do a brief overview of the state of digital marketing. The inspiration for this has come from the Managing Digital Marketing in 2017 report from Smart Insights. The team out at Smart Insights do some really fantastic work. And so I'd like to just say thank you to Dave and co. You guys do some really good stuff, and you're a source of inspiration for a lot of what I find and apply to my business. And so for any marketers out there who are looking to get insight and best practice for your marketing, I strongly encourage that you go check out the team at Smart Insights, as this is where this report and the commentary has been inspired from. So to kick things off, I'm going to run through a brief overview of a number of trends from this report. The report is much larger than what we're going to run through today, but the idea is that we're just going to do a 5-minute overview for the key things that you should know as a business owner as you look to progress your marketing. And so the first one is that the world is online. And this is something that is pretty well known, but the important call out here is that 48% of the world are using the internet, and that's growing very fast year over year. And so the key takeaway for this is that if you're not online, then you need to get online. You need to have a basic digital presence, because the internet is the new marketplace for the world, and it's only increasing. So ensure that you somehow have access to these 3 billion people that are online. The next part is that while people are online, there's a couple of really important call outs, and that is that the use of laptops and desktops to access the internet is going down 19% year over year. And importantly, 50% of websites that are browsed online are from a mobile device. Now, that's really, really important here. And the other key important point is that it's growing at 25% year over year. So 50% of people that are viewing websites are seeing that website online. What does this mean for you as a business owner? Very simply, you need a mobile strategy, and you need your website to be fully responsive. And fully responsive refers to that it can be viewed, your website can be viewed on any device, in any format, and it responds to what device that is. So you don't need to worry about it not being viewable on different devices. The next key stat that I want to run through is around traffic sources. And this is specific for retailers, although it would be representative for a number of industries. And what the key takeaway here is that there is a blend of ways in which people are approaching your website. 22% are achieving your website through organic means. And so that means that they're going through Google or a search engine. 19% are doing cost per click. And so that's some form of advertising. 20% are via email marketing. And then all the way over here on the right, 20% are going to your website direct. And so you can see that it's 80% or so, higher than 80%, are looking at your website through any of these 4 means. And so the key takeaway here is that for your digital marketing strategy, you need to ensure you have a blend. Nothing is sticking out significantly higher than any of the others. And so you need to ensure that you have a search engine optimization strategy, an advertising strategy, an email strategy, and then obviously getting the word out about your website so people can go there directly. The next part that we want to call out is what are the most effective forms of content that our clients and prospects are seeing. And unsurprisingly, blog posts and articles are at the very top, followed closely by newsletters and online magazines. And so this shows that content is really, really important. And so if you have a website up, you have a digital marketing strategy, it needs to be fueled by some really strong content. Next, we look at the engage phase. And what this is looking at each of the channels and where marketers deem the highest ROI, so the highest return on investment for their dollar spent. Where do they view that to be? And if we take a look at the first view here, we see that through search engine optimization, content marketing, email marketing automation, and then paid search, is that we're seeing a pretty good amount of ROI sitting in that 4 to 5 range there. So we're still seeing a lot of those tactics being really effective for being able to attract and drive customers. So when we move on to the more strategic side of the house, we talk about organizations and do they have a digital marketing strategy? And the call out here is that we're seeing that there's a lot, 50%, that actually don't do digital marketing. Now, going back to that first slide where we see that 50% of the world is online, not having a digital marketing strategy is really going to put you at a disadvantage. And so if you do sit in that bucket of not having a digital marketing strategy, it's really, really important that you look to just start something simple, get online and just start to roll it out with some specific goals, because the gap is truly widening between companies that do have a digital marketing strategy and how they're being effective versus the ones that don't. The next part is around digital transformation, and the way in which we define digital transformation is about companies who are truly moving towards being digital first and making digital core to the business that they're in. And what we're finding here is that on the last side, there's 50% of companies don't have a digital strategy, whereas we're seeing that about 30% of companies here are saying that they've either had a digital transformation strategy or they're in the process of rolling it out, or they've just rolled it out. And so this here is still quite a low number to say that there's companies that are actively putting digital at the center of their strategy. However, it's pleasing to see that we can see here that there's 33% are planning to introduce something in the next 12 months. And so there is a shift moving towards companies saying that we are moving to digital, but it's very, very important that, as I said, even if you just start simple, you do need to consider how you can move your company online, because that's where the rest of the world is. And then finally is around the techniques used for planning and management and managing engagement. And no surprise here, we're seeing a lot of effectiveness happening around customer journey and content mapping and customer personas. And that's one thing that we talk a lot here at 2Shape about, is that you should always start your digital marketing strategy by identifying the customers that you are looking to attract to your business, your target market, and you do that through persona development. And then you should look at a single view of the customer. So how is it that that persona purchases? Where are they finding their information? How are you going to attract them? How are you going to then bring them into the buying cycle so you can feed them information so they can educate themselves on your product and eventually move through to purchase? And so that's really foundational here about saying techniques used for planning and managing engagement around customer journey and content mapping and customer personas. So in summation, there's 3 key takeaways here from this presentation and from the digital marketing report that Smart Insights have pulled together. The first one is you need to be online. You can start simple and work your way up, but the key is that you need to ensure that you do have some form of digital presence so people can find you online. The second key takeaway is that a well-rounded approach is most effective. As we saw earlier, there's a number of channels that people are reaching your website by. So there was organic means, so search, there was paid advertising, there was email, and then there was direct. And so ensuring that you have a well-rounded approach is going to be the most effective way for you to be able to grow your business. And then the third and final key takeaway is defining your customer and building relevant content is absolutely critical to your success. So ensuring that you know who you are trying to attract, ensuring you know who you're not trying to attract, which is very important because it allows a level of focus, and then building content that is going to be relevant for that person. And so they can then find some value in that content and look to engage with you further. So that's it for the Managing Digital Marketing Report for 2017. If you'd like to check it out, I strongly encourage you to. I'll put a link at the bottom of this post The team at Smart Insights, again, have done a fantastic job, and they continue to produce really good content. And so if you do have any questions, absolutely feel free to reach out to either myself or the rest of the team at 2Shape, and we look forward to having a chat with you. Thanks again. Bye.